Imagine a city reduced to ashes, soldiers locked in a relentless battle for survival, and the very destiny of nations hanging in the balance. Welcome to Moments in History, the channel that brings the past to life. Today, we delve into an important and one of the main events that changed the course of World War II forever. Get ready to uncover the untold story of the Battle of Stalingrad, the turning point that shaped the destiny of the entire war. But why does this battle hold such an indelible place in our collective memory? What roles did it play, and how did it impact the outcome of World War II? All these questions lie yet to be answered. So without any delay, let's jump right into history. In order to understand the significance of the Battle of Stalingrad as a turning point in World War II, it's important to know how it took place initially. Before the Battle of Stalingrad, the German military, under the leadership of Adolf Hitler and Field Marshal Friedrich Paulus, devised a plan to capture the city. They aimed to secure Stalingrad as part of their broader objective to conquer the Soviet Union. The strategic goals included gaining control over the Volga River, cutting off Soviet supply lines, and securing the valuable oil fields in the Caucasus region. The German planning involved gathering intelligence on the Soviet defensives and the terrain surrounding Stalingrad. They conducted aerial reconnaissance, utilized espionage, and extracted information from the captured Soviet soldiers to gather crucial insights. Based on this intelligence, the German High Command developed an operational plan for the assault on Stalingrad. The plan involved the movement and deployment of various German army units. They prepared for a swift advance towards Stalingrad and anticipated engaging in urban warfare to overcome Soviet resistance in the city. The Germans initiated their offensive in June 1942, pushing eastwards towards Stalingrad. Initially, they made significant progress, capturing large areas and encountering resistance along the way. However, as they approached Stalingrad, the battle transformed into intense urban warfare, with the Soviets fiercely defending the city streets and buildings. The planning and preparations before the battle set the stage for the fierce and prolonged struggle that would unfold during the Battle of Stalingrad. The German military's initial objectives were to capture the city and achieve strategic gains, but the challenges they faced in urban combat would prove to be significant and alter the course of the battle. During the Battle of Stalingrad, the fighting shifted to the streets and buildings of the city. The German forces, led by General Friedrich Paulus, encountered strong Soviet resistance as they attempted to seize control. The battle turned into a grueling and brutal urban warfare scenario. Both sides engaged in intense and often hand-to-hand combat, fighting for every street, building, and room. The Soviets utilized their knowledge of the city's layout and employed a strategy of defense in depth, creating a formidable challenge for the German invaders. The narrow streets and rubble-filled ruins provided ample opportunities for ambushes and close-quarters fighting. The Germans faced numerous difficulties in the urban environment. Their tanks and heavy artillery were less effective, and their supply lines became vulnerable to Soviet attacks. The Soviet Red Army, under the command of General Georgy Zhukov, launched several counteroffensives to push back the German forces and relieve the besieged city. As the battle progressed, the fighting became increasingly brutal. Both sides suffered heavy casualties. The Germans struggled with the harsh Russian winter, lacking proper winter clothing and facing supply shortages. The Soviet defenders, on the other hand, fought fiercely to protect their city and repel the German invaders. The battle took a heavy toll on the civilian population of Stalingrad, with many buildings reduced to rubble and the inhabitants enduring extreme hardships. The city became a symbol of resilience and determination for the Soviet Union, and its defense inspired the entire country. The urban warfare in Stalingrad continued for months, with neither side gaining a decisive advantage. The battle grew into a stalemate, with each side locked in intense and brutal combat. The city's devastation and the mounting casualties on both sides set the stage for the dramatic conclusion of the Battle of Stalingrad. Now that you have a brief knowledge on the war, let us look at the reason why it's considered a turning point for World War II. Strategic defeat for Germany. Imagine the mighty German war machine steamrolling its way through Europe with seemingly unstoppable force. Victory after victory, their ambitions reaching new heights. But then, the Battle of Stalingrad unfolded, and everything changed. Stalingrad wasn't just any city. It held immense significance for both the Germans and the Soviets. To Hitler, capturing Stalingrad meant striking a crippling blow to Soviet morale and infrastructure, while securing a vital transportation hub on the Volga River. It was a prize worth fighting for. Little did the Germans know what awaited them within the shattered streets of Stalingrad. Fierce urban warfare erupted, and the Soviets stood their ground with unyielding determination. The battle became a grueling struggle, dragging on for months and draining German resources. As if that wasn't enough, the unforgiving Russian winter cast its icy grip over the battlefield. The Germans, ill-prepared for such extreme conditions, found themselves facing not only a tenacious enemy, but also the merciless cold. Their advance halted, and the battle turned into a desperate fight for survival. Surrounded and cut off from their supply lines, the German Sixth Army, led by General Friedrich Paulus, faced a devastating reality. Hitler's orders to fight to the last man couldn't change the harsh truth. In February 1943, Paulus made the difficult decision to surrender. It was a stunning blow to German morale and a staggering loss of manpower and resources. The defeat at Stalingrad shattered the illusion of German invincibility. It was a wake-up call, a realization that they could be challenged and defeated. The loss of the Sixth Army, renowned for their experience and equipment, left a void that couldn't be easily filled. Beyond its immediate impact, the strategic defeat at Stalingrad reverberated throughout the war. It forced other Axis powers to reassess their alliances and Germany's prospects of ultimate victory. The Soviet Union and its allies drew strength from the battle's outcome, fueling their determination to turn the tide on the Eastern Front. The significance of Stalingrad cannot be overstated. It marked a turning point in World War II, where Germany's momentum was shattered, and the Allies gained renewed confidence. The battle's outcome weakened Germany's military capabilities and set the stage for their ultimate defeat. Stalingrad became a symbol of resilience, a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who stood against overwhelming odds. It serves as a reminder that even in the face of seemingly unsurmountable challenges, determination and perseverance can lead to victory. The strategic defeat at Stalingrad forever etched its name in the annals of history, reminding us of the power of a single battle to alter the course of war. The echoes of that battle still resonate today, a testament to the sacrifices made and the courage displayed by those who fought on both sides. Boosted Soviet morale. Boosted Soviet morale is one of the key factors that contributed to the Battle of Stalingrad being considered a turning point in the war. The battle took place from August 23, 1942 to February 2, 1943, during World War II, and was fought between the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany. The Soviet Union's ability to bolster and maintain high morale among its troops played a crucial role in their eventual victory in Stalingrad. At the time, the Soviet Union was facing a devastating German offensive, and Stalingrad, a major industrial city on the Volga River, became a focal point of the German advance. The city held great symbolic significance for both sides, as it was named after Soviet leader Joseph Stalin and represented a crucial industrial and transportation hub. The Soviet leadership recognized the importance of defending Stalingrad and rallied their forces accordingly. The defenders of Stalingrad, comprising a mix of regular army units, local militias, and civilians, were fiercely committed to repelling the German forces. They were motivated by a combination of factors, including patriotic fervor, loyalty to the Soviet Union, and the desire to protect their homeland from the brutal Nazi regime. The Soviet machine played a vital role in boosting morale among the troops and civilian population. The Soviet government utilized various means to inspire and motivate its people. Propaganda posters, speeches, and broadcasts emphasized the heroic struggle taking place in Stalingrad and presented it as a pivotal moment in the war. The defenders of the city were portrayed as brave and selfless fighters, and their sacrifices were celebrated and widely publicized. Additionally, the Soviet leadership implemented a policy of not one step back, which emphasized the importance of standing firm against the German invaders. This order, combined with strict disciplinary measures and harsh penalties for desertion, helped to maintain discipline and prevent mass retreats. The boosted Soviet morale had tangible effects on the battlefield. Soviet soldiers exhibited extraordinary bravery and tenacity in defending their positions. They fought fiercely in street-to-street and house-to-house combat, often engaging in close-quarters combat. The defenders of Stalingrad endured tremendous hardships, including harsh weather conditions, scarcity of supplies, and constant bombardment. But their unwavering resolve helped them withstand the German onslaught. The Battle of Stalingrad marked a turning point because it was the first major German defeat in the war and demonstrated the vulnerability of the seemingly invincible German war machine. The Soviet victory not only halted the German advance, but also turned the tide of the entire war in favor of the Allies. Boosted Soviet morale played a critical role in its victory, as it enabled the Soviet troops to withstand the German assault, inflicted heavy casualties on the enemy, and eventually forced their surrender. In conclusion, the boosted Soviet morale during the Battle of Stalingrad was a crucial factor that contributed to the Soviet victory and its designation as a turning point in the war. The unwavering determination and resilience of the Soviet troops, coupled with effective propaganda and disciplinary measures, helped them withstand the German offensive and ultimately achieve a decisive victory. Shifted momentum in the Eastern Front. The battle witnessed a significant shift in momentum on the Eastern Front. Prior to the battle, the German military had achieved notable successes in its invasion of the Soviet Union. However, Stalingrad proved to be a formidable obstacle. The Soviet Union, under the leadership of General Georgy Zhukov, mounted a determined defense of the city. As the battle progressed, the Soviet forces gradually halted the German advance and launched a counteroffensive. They encircled the German Sixth Army, trapping them within Stalingrad. The German soldiers, cut off from supplies and reinforcements, faced dire circumstances. The encirclement and subsequent surrender of the German Sixth Army marked a strategic setback for Germany. The loss of an entire army, including experienced officers and elite troops, dealt a severe blow to the German war effort. It shattered the perception of German invincibility and exposed their vulnerabilities. Moreover, the defeat at Stalingrad shifted the initiative to the Soviet Union. It boosted Soviet morale and gave them renewed confidence. The Soviet forces now had the momentum on their side. Emboldened by their success, they launched a series of offensives that pushed the German forces back, regaining lost territories and advancing towards Berlin. The shift in momentum had a significant psychological impact. The German defeat at Stalingrad shattered the myth of their invulnerability and dealt a blow to their morale. Conversely, the Soviet victory boosted their spirits and instilled a sense of determination to push back against the invaders. International significance. The Battle of Stalingrad holds immense international significance as a turning point in World War II. The outcome of the battle had far-reaching implications globally. The Soviet Union's successful defense of Stalingrad shattered the myth of German invincibility and demonstrated the resilience of the Soviet military and people. This had a profound impact on the international perception of the war. The German defeat in Stalingrad marked a significant shift in the tide of the war, as it emboldened the Allied forces and boosted their morale. It provided a turning point that signaled the gradual decline of the Nazi war machine and paved the way for subsequent Soviet offensives that would eventually lead to the liberation of Europe from German occupation. The Battle of Stalingrad also served as a catalyst for increased international support and sympathy towards the Soviet Union's war efforts. Countries such as the United States and the United Kingdom, recognizing the significance of the Soviet victory, offered greater aid and cooperation. The battle demonstrated the determination of the Soviet people to defend their homeland and sparked admiration and respect from the international community. Overall, the Battle of Stalingrad's international significance lies in its ability to shift the course of the war, embolden the Allies, and garner increased international support for the Soviet Union's war efforts. Well, that concludes today's video. I hope you got answers to all your questions in this video. If you have any doubts or you disagree with me at any point, feel free to leave a comment. Make sure to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss your history classes. Bye!